Welcome back. So I hope you're ready today, because we're going to do my favorite workouts, which is core. And in this case, I have Lara here to help me again. Well, thank you for coming again. So we're going to start with the first exercise. What I'm using this is for your elbows. Now, if you don't have anything, something soft play like that, you can use a towel, you can use a mat, anything that can help you reduce the stress on your elbows. Can I put it on the ground? Now, what I'm going to do is a slider exercise. It's called the core slider, which is this machine over here. Again, everything we do is minimum equipment required. All we need, your own body weight and some minor stuff, accessories. This is a core slider. In order to use a core slider, you need to have like a rough plastic synthetic ground like this, and it will slide nice and easy. If you don't have something like that, try to find a nice surface area. You can go on your socks or even a towel on it and put your feet on it so you can slide back and forth. The more fluent it is, the easier it is. The lower the friction, the harder it is for you. The higher the friction, the easier it is. So you can choose to make it as hard as you want. Okay, you ready? Okay. Now, our famous planking, where we're going to make it a little more difficult. Now, as you know me by now, everything I do with you today, or any other exercise I did with you before, everything we do is core. Core is life. Core is always active. Doesn't matter if you train your legs, your arms, your chest, your shoulders, even doing calisthenics, advanced movement, everything is involved core as stability, as balance, as strength, as even as extra activation. Now, today we're going to target the core. We're also going to use our lats. We're going to use our arms. We're going to use our legs. The first exercise, the famous planking. You can put your elbows on there. All right, very good. You're going to put your toes in there. Now, me as a trainer, I'm quite OCD. If I see you putting your toes a little bit to the back, let's say over here, I will go crazy. Because you know you're sliding. If as soon as you slide too much back and forth, you're going to get your toes off the slider, you lose your form, you lose the grip, you have to start all over again. I cannot handle that. So please do it for me as a trainer. Put your toes right in the middle so you can really make sure you can use the full optimum space of the core slider. Now, notice our heels. Now, like I said, as an ODD, I love this. This is nice and straight and nice and balanced. If you bring your heels out, in this case, I mean ankle like that, out, this is bad for the ankle. If you bring your toes too much to the front, you're going to feel a nice stretch there. That's not good for your Achilles heel. So make sure you put it nice and center. By pushing it down, nothing's happening. See, it's not shaking left and right, no torsion. This is safety as well. Now, before we start, we're going to correct the form. So when you're starting the planking, I want you to follow with me with this. Let's start. Okay, as you go down, you go to the planking position. Normally, everybody would say neutral shoulders, neutral spine. But I want you to engage your abs even more. I also want you to engage your lats even more. So look what I'm doing. I'm going to bring your abs in, and I'm going to rotate the pelvis. Now, the easier version would be like that. Now, just follow me, suck in the belly, and pull in the hips like that. Now, there's a one-way, simple way to test it out. If you poke yourself there, you're going to feel to the side, you're going to feel like a nice split. There's like a gap, like a split there, which means you're sucking the belly in, and the abs are much more engaged because of that. So, now she's making a fist. Now, if you're also making a fist, which means it's too hard for you, well, doesn't mean you have to stop, you can continue there. But this is also intensity. The intensity increases, the stress level increases, you have a lot of cortisol release, and because of that, you try to clench your teeth, you close your eyes, you look up, anything which can make you feel easier like that. In this case, a fist is feeling nice. Let go of the fingers. Don't make a fist. Do not interlace. Relax the hands. Take a moment. All right. So this is now the first exercise. The first exercise I'm going to show you in a bit. She needs to rest a little bit. Now, as you can see, with a simple beginner's core exercise like this, you can still make it quite hard just by correcting the form. Did you feel any difference as soon as I tried to rotate your pelvis?
Yes.
What did you feel?
In the back.
In the back of the abs or the back muscles?
Back muscles.
The back muscles. So do you feel more abs now when I pulled your abs in, or do you feel less abs?
More abs.
More abs, good. Safety reasons, because you don't want to strain your back. So as soon as I pulled their abs in, I rotated the pelvis region, I get a nice round spine. If you ever watch Walt Disney, think of the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Quasimodo, you want this form. Only on the ground though, not standing. So you don't want to squat like that, but that's kind of evident. So as soon as I did that, she filled her abs. Now let's go again back on the planking position. Now I want you to memorize the feeling I just did with her. Try to incorporate the same movement without adjusting anymore. Immediately end up in the right correct form. Go for it. Okay, I'm gonna step over. Now, as you can see, the back is straight, the abs are in, nice and round. She's not making a fist, Dilara, that's it. All right, so also you, don't make a fist. Now, what I want you to do, I want to slide to the back and front with the legs using the core sliders. So sliding to the back and sliding to the front. To the back and to the front. Notice she's going straight forward and backward. She's not dropping her hips. The more you go to the back, the harder it gets. You might recognize the movement. If you don't know it by now, I'm going to tell you, it's the ab roller. Take a break. The ab roller we use like that. We put the ab roller, the roller there. We're going to go on our knees. We're going to go down or forward. Many people, 9 out of 10 people, they don't use the ab roller correctly. This is a simple way to use the ab roller. Even if you don't have an ab roller, you want to do this, you can do the ab roller movement with that. What you're doing, you're going to bring your arms forward and backward. Whatever you do, do not arch your back. So many of you guys or girls are too ambitious. You want to go quite far. You will go all the way to the back. And what happens is you will drop your back. Let's try it one more time. Have a look what happens if it goes too far. Okay, go. Now, first you start with the right position. Correct your back. Abs in, hips rotated. Go as low as back as you can. All the way to the back. Go, 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 go. And go to the front. Do you notice that? See this drop in the hips? This is bad for the back. I think also you also feel your back muscles, all right? Yeah, so it's not correct. So the margin is you go until you can handle the correct form. So as soon as you start to lose the form, you start to feel the lower back muscles, which means you have to stop. As she mentioned before, as soon as I round her spine, I pull the abs in, she felt immediately the abs. Did you also feel other parts with the movement?
Mostly the abs.
Okay, that's fine, no problem. It's about abs anyway, right? So what you're doing, you're going this motion. This motion is also a little bit of lats, latissimus dorsi. So as you bring the elbows in and to the back, you're going to use your lat muscles. You can even see it from my t-shirt if you look closely. So it's also lats. Now, however, do not elevate the shoulders, because as soon as you feel the neck muscles, these are all indicators and triggers that you're not using the form correctly. So let's do one more time, 5 reps and perfect form as much as you can. Also, like I also mentioned in previous videos, breathe in and out continuously. That's 1 rep. Keep the butt straight, suck in the belly. Now you're starting to get tired, and as soon as she gets tired, she might lose the correct form. So let's see if you can notice that, if she's losing the correct form. All right, you can comment below at what time rate she lost the correct form, and then we can see if you understand the technique. All right, you may stop. Okay, so I want you to comment below at what time rate she lost the correct form. So I want to see also you understand the correct technique. Thank you. Very good. So let's put this aside. Now, next exercise is almost like a gymnastic exercise. So what I want you to do, I want you to come close. Basically, in this position, you're trying to close your hands and legs together. Now, standing is easy, but we'll do it on the ground. You will need to use the core slider. You put your legs in there. All right. Now, I'm OCD, so make sure you put it really in the center. Ah, see? She's not doing it. There we go. Good. Go in the push-up position for me. You're kind of going to a pike position. You're dragging the legs to the front as close as possible to the hands. You put all the weight on your arms. You'll also be using your shoulders, your biceps, triceps, forearm muscles. So drag your legs to the front, bring the butt up. Both legs all the way to the front, bring the butt up, drag it all the way to the front and down. This is much more than only core, because right now you also use the upper body, in this case shoulder region, arms, even the chest muscles. The higher you go with the butt, the harder it gets, because you can bring the legs all the way to the front. If you feel very heavy on your legs, which means you're putting the weight too much to the back side, you need to put all the way to the front so you can go all the way to the front. The harder you make it, of course, you will lose some technique. This is quite technical movement, so make sure you fully understand the movement. Also here, try to find out how you're doing it by making a video of yourself, or do it in front of a mirror so you can see the correct form. All right, so the last exercise, this one is easy. You can also still make it as hard as you want. This is based on balancing. In this core exercise, you will be mostly using your obliques, the side abs, in order to keep your body straight and centered. You don't want to rotate the pelvis region. Now, let's go to the push-up position for me. In this case, it's all about the leg alignment. Bring the arms quite narrow to each other, even narrow. Good. Now, let's start a bit easy. Bring the legs wider for me. All right, before you start, again, check your form. Now, have a look at the spine region. Abs are in, pelvis rotated, and nice round spine. This is called protraction. You also make sure that you do not elevate the shoulders because you don't want to feel the neck muscles. If I'm poking our neck muscles, now it feels soft, which means the shoulders are depressed. Good. Now, it's also a lot of lats. What you do is you're going to put pressure on one arm. In this case, let's start with the right arm. Put all the weight in the right arm and bring your left arm to the back without tilting. Now, there's a slight rotation on the hips. You saw that? That's okay. We can handle that, but not more than that. Let's go. We go left and right. And hold it for a couple seconds, preferably. There you go. Now, if it's too hard, just tap it and bring it back slowly. If you notice, no, I got this, you find it not too hard, then hold it longer. As simple as that. Good. Now, picture yourself this. If you put a ball on your back, the ball should not drop. So you can make it as perfect as possible by not dropping it. How was that?
Good.
Yeah, she's starting to get tired. So as soon as you get tired, you're losing the correct technique, which means you have to stop. Be very critical in that. It's not about how many reps and sets you do. It's all about how long you can contain and maintain the correct form. It's all of what it is. You always will be hearing it from me anyway. Okay, let's go now, but closer with the legs. If you bring the legs closer, now arms stay narrow, you will do the same. It will be a little bit more difficult for you not to tilt. Now, start with the right arm again. Put the weight to the right and bring your left to the back. Notice, again, a little bit more rotation now. Much more difficult because of that. But all you need to do is to keep pushing down the ground with one arm. As you push, you can bring the other arm to the side. Then you switch, you push this one, and you bring the other arm to the side. You have to focus on control, because core is life. Thank you, Dilara. You may rest. Now, this one, as simple and innocent as it looks, it's quite challenging. It's always those simple movements who are very hard. You focus on rounding the spine. You focus on perfect movement. You're like a robot. Move like a robot. And also understand, feel what you're doing. What did you feel? And where did you feel it?
In my abs.
Where did you feel it precisely?
On the lower
part, yeah. And how about the upper body? Do you feel anything there in the arms, shoulders?
Yeah, in my arms also.
Yeah. You can also try to lean more to the front. We call this planching. So my shoulders are leaning more in front of my wrist. By planching, you can bring the weight more to the front, which is even easier for you to hold on the abs. But since we are dealing with abs and core, I want you to keep it straight and focus on the abs. All right. So stay tuned for next videos and comment below.